Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Diane and my passion is painting and creating nature-inspired watercolours in my studio, which are easy for you to do too. I share all my paintings with you on YouTube, and on our website dianeantone.com you can find free downloadable sketches for all the videos to help you make the most of your painting journey. And if you'd like a little bit more, we also have channel memberships with loads of perks for you to enjoy. So welcome on board. Click subscribe and turn on notifications, and let's learn to paint watercolour. Hi everyone, Diane here, welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to do two things. I'm going to show you one way of painting baubles for a tree, a kind of just a quick sort of thing, which is quite a nifty trick actually, and I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm also going to have a go at painting these. You can see my trial sketch here. Put that to one side for the minute. These are Mr. and Mrs. Snowman, so Snowman and Snow Lady. And these have every year gone on top of our Christmas cake. We do a traditional English type Christmas cake, quick style. I don't do royal icing. I do a kind of fondant royal blend mixture thing. And interestingly, this year I've just done it actually. I've just done the cake, and I think Tamsin will show you what I've done when I've done it, if you see what I mean, when she edits this thing. And this year I bought a box of icing sugar. I don't know whether everybody will know exactly what icing sugar is, but it's powder sugar, which is not gritty at all. It's absolutely fine, 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 fine. So that when you mix it with your egg white and glycerin, it gives you a nice smooth icing paste. But you know how things are going wrong these days? The icing sugar was full of little bits of something gritty, so I've had to sieve it a couple of times before I could get it to the right texture, just like you used to have to do in 1974. So I think we've gone back in time, haven't we? Anyway, enough of that. So yes, I'm going to do those in a minute when I've warmed up a bit. And in order to warm up, I'm going to first of all talk about gold paint. Seems to be one missing there. I don't know where that's gone. Must have got itself into another place. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It'll turn up. This is the Kuretake Starry Colours, which is what I started with this year when I began to paint in golds and things. And this is the other one that you might want to try, which is the pearly colours. No, sorry, pearl, what do they call it? Pearl colours, starry colours, pearly colours. These ones are made in Germany by Calero. They are better than those, but better still if you're wanting to go for something even more sophisticated is this. This is from Etcher Lab, and these ones are interesting because they have these darker colours here, so you can actually work on doing some kind of three-dimensional gold painting if you want, a little bit like the one I did of the Nativity, where I got a bit of a 3D effect by mistake. I didn't even really try, it just kind of happened. So that's good for that, whereas you wouldn't get that with this or this. So you pays your money and you takes your choice. These are good, these are better, these are best, my opinion, for what it is. Humble as we are. Okay, this is a Strathmore greetings card. These are very inexpensive. They come with envelopes. You can all get them in America. You can even get them in England on Amazon, I'm sure, and in Europe, no doubt. I'm going to use this today to do this demonstration of one way of painting a bauble. And I'm going to get rid of all of this gubbins. Goodbye, gold. Hello, paint box. Here I have my butcher's palette. This is a large white tray. You can buy these on Amazon too. This is my preferred way of painting. I do use the paint boxes nowadays too, because everyone does, and you can't stand against the tide of time much. Can try. Probably get tsunami'd. Anyway, so this is my preferred way of painting. I choose my own palette of colours. I put them around the outside edge. I label them with their initials, you know, raw sienna, burnt sienna, raw umber, burnt umber, and so on and so forth. Anyway, so that's what I do, because a few people have asked lately, oh, how do you paint? Well, that's how I do it. Oh, and I want to put that a bit closer, like this. So this is my card, and I'm going to put 3 baubles of different sizes, and the sizes are going to be that lid size, this lid size, and this lid size. Ugh. And I can hear you all going, oh, she's just going to draw around those. No, she's not, actually. She's not going to draw around them at all. She's going to arrange them in some way so that you've got your main number 1 sort of near the centre, but not quite. And then the smallest one is going to be a little bit in the distance. And then this one is going to be down here, a little bit like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my lid into the paint and, oops, wipe that on my trousers. Then I'm going to print with it like that. And then before I do those two, I'll put them over there for the minute. Before I do those two, I'm going to catch hold of my paintbrush and just pick up, dog hairs everywhere. Pick up the paint and just let it run in. Choose a place where you want to have the highlight, paint round that. Just bring that edge that you just printed in and you'll get a perfect circle with a highlight. And then you can drop in a bit more paint and let it run to give you a darker side here if you want to. And you can do this however you want, because you could put lots of different colours in and let them all run. Well, not necessarily lots, but several. And put some purple in as well. You never know what this is going to turn out like if you're just going to let it run. And also, because I haven't painted on this Strathmore paper before, I don't really know how it's going to work. So we'll just leave that to blend a little bit. And then go to the next one, the small one, let's say. And should we do that one in, no, I don't want to do it in green. Let's do it in red of some sort. Put that one here. Same thing. Pick a place for the highlight, pick up some clean water. And the highlight is best probably if it's on the same side as your other one. So there we are. That one's easier because it's smaller. Put a bit more paint in. Let that blend. So that's that, number 2. And then number 3, this one, what colour shall I do that one? Purple. So pick up some purple. And we'll put that there. There we go. Same deal, choose the place for your highlight, just drag the paint in. I might pick up a bit more. And then what I'm going to do, it's raining again, I'm going to let them dry and then we will embellish them a little bit. And how you do that is up to you. You can do more than 3. You're not limited. You can do whatever floats your particular boat. but we'll start with 3. And I'm going to put that over there. And try to remember to put my lids back on because I just threw away a jar of Daniel Smith ground, watercolor ground, which had somehow got dried out. I don't know why. Okay. Paper I need for my little snowmen people. Shall I do it that small? Shall I do it a bit bigger? Let's do it on this one. This is, I don't know what this is. This is hot press paper. Don't know what kind. One side is a little bit softer, a little bit more smooth than the other. I'll do it on that side, I think, because I'm going to use a bit of pen and ink as well. So first thing to do is to draw it with a pencil, I suppose. And the things I'm going to use for these two is a pencil. This is a pencil. That'll do. A pencil, a brush, and some paint. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we can do. If you don't want to watch me drawing this, you can scoot forward. So we're going to put the 2 of them in the middle. It's not very interesting. So you will be able to get the sketch of this if you should wish to have it. She's got a sort of tam o' shanter on, hasn't she? So there's her head, which is sort of round. Her little shoulders and her arms are up here. It looks as if she ought to be clutching something, but she doesn't seem to be doing anything except holding her scarf in place, actually. So we'll give her her muffler scarf. There we go. And it's coming down here, and it's a nice red spotted one. And she's got a little jacket on, like that. And then she's got a nice big bottom there. She hasn't got any feet on, my little one, but I'm going to give her some feet. Then we'll give her some eyes, a little carroty nose. And I'm going to pretend that she's singing. I'm going to give her just one piece of coal for her mouth because I think they look ugly when you put all those bits of coal for their faces. So we'll do that and pretend that she's singing. Maybe we could give her a book. She's holding her hymn sheet now. That makes more sense. She's got something to hold. Okay, now the little boy next to her, or the husband, has got his hat on. He has a pom-pom hat, or toque, with a bobble like her. And then he's got his little face like that, his little eyes, little carrot nose. He's also singing. And then he has his body, he's holding a wreath in his hands. But to make it, actually, I'm going to change that. We will take the wreath away and we will give him also a sheet of music. He's holding that. And they're carol singing now. So we've turned these little inspirational critters that I've had for 40 years into something just slightly different. We'll give him a scarf too, and we'll pretend that it's breezy and his scarf is blowing in the wind. And he, of course, also, although he doesn't in my model, he's got a jacket too. So there we are. That's the drawing. Is it over there? Then we need some background, so we'll just put a little bit of horizon, and then I'm going to paint in just a couple of trees in the background there. Like that. And then beside him, I just had this idea of putting a few snowballs sitting beside them. Okay, does any of that make any sense? Right, so we're going to need a reasonably small paintbrush. So I'll get my Kuretake Maestro brush, I think, which has got quite a good point on it. First thing to do is to paint the background, I think. And I'm going to do that in cobalt blue, which is a nice blue. I like that one better than ultramarine. And so let's see what we can do. Doing some, what they call in all the books, negative painting. That means painting round the thing that's more important. I'm going over the part where I said I was going to put the trees because I'm going to put them in wet. I come down this side and come in. You don't need to worry about making a featureless flat wash. It's better if you have a little bit of variation, I think. And it's good to put a background in when you're doing snowmen, I think, because then it's quite obvious that they're whitish, aren't they? So now we'll pick up some green for the trees, mix that with a bit of blue, perhaps to make the trees a bit more soft, and just pop them in completely roughly, because what I'm going to do is strengthen them with some pen at the end, probably. Or you could brush some more paint in when they're dry, but you need to start off with a bit of wet in wet. Like that. And depending on what kind of paper you use, because I'm using, like I said, hot press, which is smooth. If you're using cold press paper, it might turn out, it'll look a bit different. There we are. So those are there. Now, I'm going to go for a smaller brush still. And I won't do the top parts because that's wet at the moment, but I should be able to do, let's do her little jacket. She's wearing a nice green jacket. Hope everybody's all ready for the holidays. I'm not. Well, I am, because we're not doing anything. Not like some people have got parties and things. We don't, because we live in the middle of the French countryside, and the French don't really do Christmas. Right, and then going to have to let this dry. Oh, I can do his coat. Maybe we'll give him a slightly, should we give him a blue coat? Dark blue, perhaps? I don't know, you could paint that whatever colour you like. So it's just us for Christmas this year. That's me, my husband, and our daughter, Tamsin. the dogs, the cats. 5 cats. How many cats? 6 cats in the room, 1, 2, 5. 5? 1, 2, 3. 3 in the house. 2 in the studio. Yeah, 5. So I'm just putting in some very, very pale grey shadows under the crucial parts of the snow people. And the bits that are kind of dry, we put a little bit in his arms. Just pretty random. Okay, now I'm going to get the hairdryer and we're going to whack that on. They're dry now. I've lost my brush. What did I do with it? The little one. There we go. I think I will do the hats now. There's her little tam o' shanter. And he's wearing a bobble hat or toque. We'll put some white dots on that later. Then she's got a scarf, as mentioned earlier. And that's an inside joke. And then we mustn't forget her music. We're going to put the scarf in here. And I'm just going to give it a red fringe. Give it any colour you like. Could have a different colour fringe, couldn't it? He also has a red scarf. Yeah, we were thinking that after all the panic to get everything done for Christmas and, you know, all your Christmas cards made and sent and everything, it might be nice to just sit down and relax and do something like this. So hopefully people will enjoy that idea. So we've got scarf, jacket. I've changed it a bit from that one. And we want the green bobble on top. Maybe she needs a little bit more. Green on her jacket. And the paper, I think we might have to draw that in. Anyway, let's put her eyes in. And his. And a little one coal mouth. And then we want some very pale pink for their cheeks. Very pale, like that. And some orange for their carrot nose. There we are. And we'll put some more features in with a pen in a minute. And I'm going to have to dry it again. Yeah, so coming back to the blue a little bit, need to indicate the snow by, you know, just a bit of grey shadow, blue shadow, whatever. And now I think I'm going to go for my pen. So with the white, we'll give her some nice white dots on her hat. This is a Uniball Signo pigment ink white gel pen. You have to use these very lightly and then you get a good effect. If you press too hard, you don't, they stop working. So we're just going to put spots all over her scarf. And all over his scarf, because that is the funny feature of these ones. They're scars and they're spots. There they are. Don't know where I bought these ones. Could have been anywhere. Do a bit of embellishment on his jacket like that. And she could have some dots on her jacket too, couldn't she? There we are. Let's give her some eye lights. And she has got an open mouth. And now let's turn to our pen. Hopefully this will work. What size have I got here? 0.5. Have I got one smaller? 0.2. Probably better, because I don't want a solid line, I just want a sort of scritchy line. Okie dokie. So his hand is here and here, and his music is there. Put some dots on there for the musical notes. Hers is folded, so you just put lines for the staves and some dots for the musical notes. And there we go, and we'll just shape up everything down here. And the snowballs. When you do a painting, when I do a painting like this, I start off, and after a minute or two, I get really, oh my God, what have I done? And it's not going to work, and blah, blah, blah. But you keep going, just so that you know, it's not as easy as you think it is. You keep going, because then it becomes fun. There's a point at which it becomes enjoyable. And so you just have to wait for that moment to come. And you'll find you'll develop your own way of indicating what you want to indicate. How do you want to indicate a tree? You'll learn, you'll find out sooner or later. They look cold, don't they? They're meant to. Okay, what have I forgotten? What haven't I done? Oh, snow. Yes, snow. There is always going to be snow in the background. So we'll grab a bit of this is, what's this? This is Bleed Proof White, Dr. Martens. You just spatter some of that up here. And we'll put a little bit on the tree. Trees, just a little bit. A little bit more. I think that's okay. And her hat, I haven't. I think probably she could do with a little bit more colour. Make that a bit bigger. Bring it down a bit further because she's feeling chilly. There we are. And him too, his needs to come down a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, well, that's about it. That's my snow people painted. So quite happy with them. That paper worked out okay. I think that the smooth paper is better, really. And then, so we've got these now. These balls are now nearly dry, so we'll whack the hairdryer on that. Okay, so now we have to be brave because I'm going to get my, I've got a, this is a dagger brush. You could use this, or if you have one, a dagger like this, you can buy these quite easily. Sword liner, they call them in England, or you could use a just a rigger brush, which is a long, slender, haired brush. This is about size 3, I think. I think this one's from Zen Art. And I think I'm going to use both because I'm going to pick up some dark green. And this is where you definitely need to take a deep breath. And you're just going to put in some pine needles. Just relax. So yesterday, I was listening to Lindsay Wyrich. Question is, am I going to do another one down here? I hope I pronounced her name right. Where's my thingy? What's it gone? I was listening to Lindsay. Yeah, we can put another one in here. And she was doing she called it a rant. And I don't think it was a rant. I think it was a very interesting chat. She was talking about artificial intelligence and how it's invading the world of art. And I had no idea, and I'm really grateful to her, actually, for having talked about that, because it's going to, the artificial intelligence that's out there now can paint a picture in the style of anyone, and that means anyone, me, Van Gogh, anyone, because you can't, copyright your style. You can only copyright an image. So anyone can copy your style. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, because there are people on YouTube who are copying the style of, also every now and again I do a painting in the style of someone like Ron Ranson. But there are some people on YouTube who are just literally copying the style of particularly Ron Ranson and Roland Hilder. And that's what they do. And they justify it. And that's fine, whatever, because it's legal. However, these computers are scouring the internet for images so that they can produce whatever you are. So you type in, as Lindsay was saying, you type in, a teddy bear wearing a spacesuit floating above the earth, and you don't have to bother to paint it because in 10 seconds, the computer can come up with that generated image. Imagine. I honestly, whatever. So I'm going to pick up some of this lovely gold paint now, after having indicated some branches of You know what? You know what they are. Fir trees or whatever. Pick up some of this nice gold paint. Paint the top of these baubles. And then I don't have gold threads on mine, but I'm going to put them there for this. And then you can, if you've got this set, you can take some darker gold and you can put some shadow in if you want. And you can pick up a bit more. Do some spatter. Do not go too mad with the spatter, less is more. And then, if you want, you can embellish your baubles. You could, not that one, you could, come in with a gold pen or a white pen and you can do all sorts of doobries. And the thing to remember is that it's going to be curved like that. So if you put in something on something spherical, you're going to want to make it curve like that. Otherwise, it doesn't look right, so it goes round like that. Okay, so I'm only going to do that one, because I think we're running out of time. I wanted to talk a bit more about what Lindsay was saying, but I think probably, yes, it's 10 to 1. I have to go and do lunch. So remember to keep a curve so it looks more rounded. There we go. So I'm going to leave it there. I might fiddle with it a bit more before I do the thumbnail so that you can see, and when we do the final answer thing. But anyway, I wanted to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, a peaceful one with as little artificial intelligence as possible. And thank you very much, everybody, for your wonderful support this year. It's been fantastic. The channel has grown hugely because of you, and we're very happy. And I am especially happy because so many of you have told me how much you appreciate what we're doing and how much your art has grown. And mostly, the most important thing is to be giving people some respite from the horrible world that we now live in and the health problems and all the rest of it that we're all struggling with, us as well as you. So there we are. I'm going to just flash my other one here. 2 paintings for Christmas. Hope you enjoyed. Have fun. Have a drink of wine for me. Have a bottle of wine for me. And I'll see you again immediately after Christmas. Boxing Day.